Mobile phones are very important. And in 2016, I had this thought when in a class of about 50 students, business students, level 1, I did not have up to 15 of them who had mobile phones that they could use to study. That was in 2016 in Cameroon. And so I decided that, okay, we're going to provide mobile phones to all our students because we run an online learning platform where we have a virtual library and then we have seminars and workshops. So we decided to provide mobile phones. And I should tell you that we saw a huge improvement in results because now the students could go online, conduct their research, go on the library, read books, watch videos and all of that. And so we need this. But this is very basic. This is very basic. We cannot be talking about online businesses today without talking about computers.
We believe that everyone has a story to share. We believe in the power of storytelling in today's digital economy. Yes, we believe that our audience need to be touched at the level of emotion so we can better engage. What about you? Do you believe in storytelling as much as we do? Do you want to reach the hearts and minds of your audience? Then join us in our online training class, Storytelling for Content Creators and Digital Entrepreneurs. Come to obehiairone4.com/storytelling and learn how to leverage your storytelling skills so you can earn more as a content creator and digital entrepreneur. Storytelling is a powerful instrument at our disposal. Let's explore it together. See you in the class.
We cannot be talking about how do you go about it when you don't have computers. I know that when you talk about the tools, people would rush and tell young people that just with a phone you can do everything. That's why I started from there, to say that it's very basic, and when someone has that tool in their hands, then they can do that. But we cannot be talking about online businesses today if we're not looking at computers. If young people do not have computers, this is only going to be a dream. And it's not just having the computers, it is knowing how to use the computer. So IT education is supposed to be very top on the things that we do today, because we have to teach people not just that they need computers to explore online opportunities, but also to learn how to do so. And this is very important. Listen, we are in Africa, and Nigeria is a neighbor to us. In Kumba, where I was born, I grew up with Nigerians, and I heard a lot of things about power energy in Nigeria. In Africa, even though it is not directly connected to online businesses, to internet, but we can also not do much when we do not have stable energy. We cannot charge these phones. We cannot use our laptops if we do not have stable energy. We need that as well. And the beautiful thing is that today with solar energy is available. And people can, with very little capital, people can help communities to be able to do that. I told you before that I run an online learning platform. And we have a particular project that is very close to my heart. It is bringing education to children in rural areas using technology. Now, why this is so close to my heart is because these rural areas that we are targeting do not have energy. So there's no electricity in most of these rural areas. There is definitely no internet connectivity. But the project that we started 2 years ago is to actually use technology to bring education to kids in these rural areas. And also a special technology was designed, and we use solar chargers. We donate tablets to these children so that they too can study following our local curriculum, be able to read, write, understand what is happening around their localities. And some of them may be leaving their villages to go to city centers to pursue education, because we think that every child needs basic education, and basic education which is void of technology today just keeps people behind. That is why this solution was developed. So the tools that we need, we do not just need the software. We do not just need internet. We need the hardware as well. Strangely enough, in Africa, we are still very far. We are still thinking that the hardware should always come from the West. That's another problem. We are talking about skill set. But these are the tools that we need. We have the internet, even though there's still a lot of improvement to be done in terms of the speed, in terms of the cost, but at least we have the internet. We need the hardware right now for people to be able to make use of this. But we cannot forget power, energy. Africans need that if we use the internet to exploit online opportunities in business and entrepreneurship. We need those.
And because we are talking of entrepreneurship, I remember I've talked to some experts in technology, those who are designing app, are designing software, different type of software, data collation, and all of it. It's beginning to make sense to a lot of Africans now.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the major things you did make mention of is light energy. Maybe people need to be looking for how can we tap into energy, because I was saying before, our color is like this because there is too much energy in Africa. So it doesn't make any sense that we should be lacking energy. It doesn't make any rational sense. So I think I don't know, are people looking for a way to really, because okay, now the thing is that because it's linked to mentality, like we already discussed before, we think that the only solution we can have is the one that is already existing. So we must go there to tap it and bring it to us. But maybe there is another way to actually find a solution to this power problem. I know that it's very tedious, it is hard, it's a colossal project, in that if we are talking of a national problem, and these are things that are supposed to be solved by the government, because they are too difficult for individual to solve. Okay,
Sure.
of course, the government can actually lift the body off of them and put it in the hand of those who want to make money.
Yes.
You can generate your energy and you can have it. Of course, you
Yes.
only pay tax to the government. If they do this, this problem can be resolved actually, no? But the government sometimes, looking at maybe the Nigeria situation, they believe that they are going to solve the problem, but they don't really want to solve the problem. They are using this as a racket against the people to vote for them. But they don't solve the problem. They can solve the problem because it is not insurmountable. It can be solved. It can be solved very simply, actually. It requires money. The federal government of Nigeria have the money to pay to a company that can generate the electricity and then they distribute it. But do you know, funny enough, since 1999, that was when we returned to democracy, up until recently, Nigeria have never had up to 10 megawatt of electricity. We have something between, I think, 4,000 megawatt, so that we don't even have up to that in the country.
Wow.
A city like Lagos, I think, should be consuming up to like about 5,000 megawatt. Because these things are no rocket science. You need light bulb. You need the street light. You need the subway system. You need water. You need everything. The machine of the country need to be powered. You cannot do it by just pretending. Nigeria is a huge country. So you cannot power the Nigerian economy with 5,000 megawatt of electricity. It doesn't happen.
No.
So they must give us the data, the number. How much megawatt of electricity do we really need in Nigeria? How can we get it? If we have somebody who understands what the people need, they should be able to provide these figures.
Yes. Yes. I think that there is a lot of politicking in Africa, unfortunately. People bring politics into just everything. Unfortunately, sometimes too, I think that it is lack of real understanding of what we have and what we can do to transform things. I may not know about Nigeria very much, but I'll imagine like someone who thinks a lot about these things, that Nigeria has a lot of oil, and maybe the thought is that this is supposed to be the best alternative. But you see, you just said something which is very amazing. Our skin color is like this because we have a lot of energy. Why do we need to dig, always think that we need to dig deep, we need to build dams, we need to do all of this to have energy when we can have very clean solar energy, which is very cost effective?